continue to manipulate. However, if you make the manipulation ineffective by changing your behavior, the manipulator will be forced to change tactics or to seek an easier target elsewhere. You are not likely to change a manipulator by pointing out that her tactics are unfair or that you feel unhappy with the way the relationship is going. To put it bluntly, manipulators do not care about your feelings. They are out to serve one purpose: to advance their own interests and goals, frequently at your expense. If you benefit from a manipulative relationship, it is merely accidental. You can, however, exercise counter-control to change the power balance of the relationship. When you stop rewarding manipulative tactics by ceasing to cooperate, comply, please, acquiesce, apologize, or respond to intimidation or threats, you will unilaterally alter the nature of the manipulative relationship. Then you can stop, or at least begin to reverse the emotional havoc that the relationship has wreaked. Manipulation versus influence. To manipulate, according to Webster's, is to control or play upon by artful, unfair, or insidious means, especially to one's own advantage, to change by artful or unfair means to serve one's purposes. For the purposes of this book, as well as your own self-protection, you should assume that being on the receiving end of manipulation is necessarily a negative, harmful experience. Manipulation reinforces dependency, helplessness, and victimization. In turn, these rigid roles constrict the relationship's capacity to function or grow normally in a healthy and balanced way. Under the burdensome weight of manipulation, relationships stagnate into a highly lopsided power imbalance. As long as the manipulation persists, the manipulator grows seemingly stronger and bolder in his tactics, although insecurity and fears may lie within, and the victim grows weaker and ever more compliant, even as hostility grows within. Manipulation is different from, and should not be confused with, legitimate, direct, above-board influence. We all engage in attempts to influence others. In some relationships, such as parent-child, teacher-student, and therapist-patient bonds, attempted influence in the service of the target's best interests and needs is central to the definition of roles. Healthy, appropriate influence generally is shaped by a process of reward. It is guided by open, honest, and direct communication. Strategies of threats and coercion are not used. The agenda or purpose of the influence is defined and made public to the participants. In contrast, manipulation thrives in an atmosphere of indirect, devious, and even deceptive communication. Agendas frequently are hidden and purposes disguised. Threats, intimidation, and coercion are preferred tactics. Manipulators seek the opportunity to ensnare and entrap their victims. They often proceed in subtle, devious, or covert ways so that the manipulative character of the relationship is well established long before its true nature becomes apparent to the victim. Some manipulators are fully conscious and intentional about their actions. They are skilled at coercion and control and take pride in their ability to bend others' wills to suit their purposes. Other manipulative people, however, operate from less conscious or intentional motives. These manipulators may act out of their own fear, insecurity, or other emotional drives, and may not be fully aware of the manipulative impact of their actions. Still, they make the basic connection between their tactics, what they do to exert pressure on their target, and the compliance they seek, and they continue to use coercive tactics to advance their own interests. Whether their manipulation is intentional or unintentional, once rewarded, manipulators exert the same negative impact on their victims. In both cases, the victim's compliance or capitulation rewards the manipulator's efforts and fuels the cycle of ongoing coercion and control. The book's 3 purposes. The first purpose of this book is to help you decode and better understand how manipulation works. As you become more knowledgeable about the motives and methods of manipulators, You will become more adept at spotting